welcome to the Nasty Labs podcast, legally the best podcast, and we're part of the Tokyo Beat Network. And we're the podcast from game studio Chuhai Labs, where we talk about games, game dev, Japan, and what else ever comes up. As always, we're your hosts, Kinsey and Mark. So open yourself up a Chuhai and let's go.
Let's go! Wow, Kinsey Burke, you were great this time. You nailed it. Wow.
Best intro yet.
Yeah, that was up there with the time you were Metal Jesus. I'm a really big fan of that. Hey, Kinsey Burke, we got a guest today. Who the hell is it?
And we're going to welcome back Giles to the show.
Giles Goddard. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Giles, it's great.
While.
It's great to see you again.
Good to see you.
For those that don't know, Giles lives 50% of his life on an island very far away from Kyoto. As far
away as possible.
Yeah, and he lives there 50%, but really his heart is there 100% of the time. And so it's always good to see you, Giles. We like having you in the office. You should come more often. Yeah. You are sort of a joy, believe it or not. You're a quiet dude, but you're a joy.
Oh, thank you.
So anyway, thanks for coming on the show today. Kinsey, what's been new with you? And then let's poke Giles and see what's been new with him.
Oh, what has been new with me?
Here's one thing that's new. You've got a Thanksgiving party coming up, and you're a great cook.
I can cook one thing really well. So, but if that's what you mean by great cook,
yes.
100% yes.
Hell yeah. What are you making for this Thanksgiving?
What is the one thing you make?
Pumpkin cheesecake.
Pumpkin cheesecake. That sounds all right. Giles, have you ever been to a Thanksgiving
No, I have no
festivity?
idea what it is, actually.
Yeah, neither do we.
Okay.
Yeah, we just eat a lot of food.
Is it like Christmas but without Santa?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it more personally.
Okay.
It's just food. Imagine just having good food and everyone's there, and there's no expectation of getting the right gift for your really picky family member. Yeah, so it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Although right out the gate for this Thanksgiving in Japan, Costco is out of turkeys already.
Oh, no.
This is some bullshit.
I know, this is a disaster.
Yeah,
Cancel Thanksgiving.
Did you check the frozen?
Yeah. No turkeys.
I'm not into it. I'm
Only
not
chickens.
into it at all. So, Giles, we're here today because we've been celebrating the 3rd anniversary of Chuhai Labs. Give it up for you specifically.
Happy 3rd Chuniversary.
Happy 3rd
How do
Chuniversary.
you say that? Chuniversary?
Chuniversary.
Chuniversary. There's Chuniversity. That's where
That's where
new employees go when they arrive. There's we've got more of them, right?
Chuniversary?
Yeah. Chuniversary.
We've got
That's at least two.
Happy Chew Years. That's yeah.
And the Chumiss.
Happy Chumiss.
Chumiss. Yeah, that's a good one.
Happy Chew Year.
We've got the Chuhai Matsuri.
Yeah.
We got quite a few. We just chop the word chew off and apply it to something.
Don't tell people our secrets.
Oh, right. Yeah, so it's been 3 years. Giles, are you pretty excited about that?
Yeah, I mean, the 3rd year anniversary is very important.
We're coming up on. That's going to be the gist of this show.
Right.
But I just wanted to see if your excitement is still.
Oh yeah, it's maxed out.
Giles, what's been new with you? You've been on the show one time in the last year. Has anything happened this year?
Since last time, no, nothing. Really
No,
has
yeah,
happened,
nice.
Actually.
You built a house.
I built a house.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't build it personally. But
But you're like you yell at the subcontractors.
Yeah. Or no, somebody else does that.
Oh, okay.
I just.
You arrive and give them.
Arrive and look at it.
Okay, so
actually, I designed it. So I made an app to design a house.
You made an app?
Oh, that's so cool.
It was like 10, 15 years ago now. So I made the app,
Okay.
designed the house in it, gave it to an architect, and he fixed all the bits that I fucked up, and then built the house.
Really?
Yeah.
So you designed the house 15 years ago as well?
No, I designed it like 10 years ago.
Oh, okay. Like this has just been the dream. You've been sitting on it. So for those that don't know, like one day Giles came to the office and said, "Oh yeah, I built a house," and we're like,
"What?"
Well, okay.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's. I had two choices: build one here or 16,000 miles away.
Right. And you chose the
very
furthest.
furthest
I mean,
I could find.
to be fair, it's a tropical island.
Yeah,
I'd probably choose it too.
How far do you live from? So we haven't named the city or the island, obviously, because don't go there. But how far away do you live from the major city?
About 40 minutes drive.
40 minutes, and it's on a tiny little island.
Tiny little island.
Is it a town you live in?
It used to be an old village.
Okay.
It's called a shuraku, as they call it in Japan. And it's been there for centuries, I think.
And is there anything in this village?
Dogs, lots of dogs.
Lots of dogs.
Nice.
It's like a dog village, and every day we take turns to walk each other's dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you have a dog now?
I don't, but I look after dogs.
Right.
Got a bunch of adopted dogs.
Yeah.
Right. Because you have actually been talking about how you want a dog.
Yeah.
Or do you plan on getting that, like a boat dog?
Well, if I can live down in there, then I would.
Is that the long-term goal, to actually move the whole family down there?
Well, no, just me
Just you?
and the wife. Me and the wife.
Oh, like when everybody's done with high school,
Yeah.
basically. Okay. Because you wanted them to get a good education here, and then hopefully.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
But we go down for Christmas, and we go down like every couple of weeks, months, whatever.
Does the wife go too when you go?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize. Oh, that's so it's basically it is the other house. It's the It's not even.
It's the main house, but we just happen to have to live in Kyoto.
Right. Okay, that sounds pretty great. Okay, Giles has been on to something this whole time, and
Right?
we're the dumb ones.
And speaking of dumb ones, we have a great show lined up for you guys. Starting with What Up, where we'll talk about what we're playing. Then we're going to slide right into the main topic, then the news, and then we'll answer your questions from Discord.
Hey everyone, it's David Petrangelo, one of your hosts from Remember 64, the podcast that goes on the totally tubular journey through the Nintendo 64's library. Join us as we dive into classics from Nintendo, Rare, and into the early days of polygons and 3D worlds. Yes, we're covering it all from top of the charts down to the dingy basement and everything in between. We may even find a few hidden gems.
Ooh, intriguing.
Remember 64, only on the Tokyo Beat Network.
And now it's time for What Up, where we talk about what we're playing. And the rule I made up 97 episodes ago is the guest goes first. Giles,
What am I playing?
what are you
Yeah,
playing?
what are you playing, Giles?
I'm playing Starfield.
Nice.
Go on.
Yeah, we talked about it a few episodes ago, so I'm interested to hear your thoughts.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I got stuck within like 30 minutes
Nice.
because there was a guy eating a steak in a cafe in Starfield. So I thought, I wonder what happens if I just, and he wasn't really eating it. He was like poking at it and doing that. And I thought, well, if I shoot the steak, I wonder what happens.
Okay.
And then the police came after me and they had a massive bounty on me, and I couldn't get out of the ship without being shot immediately.
Oh, no. You're an outlaw now.
Yeah. So what I ended up doing was quickly escaping, going to a planet that allowed you to pay for the bounty,
Yeah.
and then paid it off, and then came back, and it was all okay. But it took like 3 hours just to fix
Just
that
because
one
you
shoot-
shot a
because I
steak.
shot the steak.
This is okay. So, are you a Bethesda fan? Are you a big open world fan?
Yeah, I am. I guess. Yeah, but I don't really play them that much. But I'm not
Sure.
favorite genre.
That would be your favorite genre,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the big open world stuff.
Yeah,
Like
Zeldas.
what previous games have you played?
Well, all the Zeldas.
Okay.
The new Zeldas. At least.
Yeah.
What else?
The Skyrims, the
Fallouts.
Fallouts.
No Man's Sky. That was another.
Okay.
Just still trying to play that because they're so big now, aren't they? the
Right.
Games? I mean, how long is Starfield if you play the whole lot? 30 hours or something?
It's probably like 100,
Is it?
depending on if you do a lot of the side stuff.
Sure.
But I think base game is, like maybe 50 hours.
Whoa, that's still huge for a base game. That's still absolutely massive.
Because I played maybe 60 hours of it, and I don't think I'm that close to the end, but I've been doing a lot of side stuff.
Sure.
But I think now, because I've had the same bounty problem you did, I think I'm just going to go find the pirate planet and become a pirate. And I'm like, if
can
you
you
want
do
to
that?
put a bounty on me, I might as well be a bad person.
All
you,
right.
you can choose whether you are that or a goodie,
Yeah.
can't you? You don't have to follow one particular
Yeah.
route. Yeah, maybe that's the fun way of doing it.
Yeah. just
So,
go be a
how long
pirate.
have you been playing it? If you had to guess.
Or hour-wise,
Yeah, sure.
10 hours maybe.
10 hours. Okay. Is anyone else in your family playing it, or like?
No, because I won't let them.
Okay.
So I have going back to the house.
Yeah.
Again, so I have this really big TV.
Yes.
Because I've got kids, right? Lots of kids,
Yeah.
and
Armies.
they fuck all my stuff up. Like,
Yeah.
they just break TVs and they do all this stuff.
Right. Right.
So we have a rule down in the house that you're not allowed near the TV.
right.
That's the Giles cave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have a mini Famicom and a mini Super Famicom
Okay.
plugged in, so they just play that.
Oh.
So the only games they can sort of play down there
Or
are
games that you worked
that-
on
that my
you can only play Star Fox.
yeah.
Are they good at Star Fox? Are they terrible
No,
at that?
terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
Is anyone good at Star Fox?
don't think anyone
Yeah. Does anyone like Star Fox?
Not really.
Yeah. But back to Starfield. Like, you're 10 hours in. Do you think you're gonna go?
Yeah, I think
forward
I'm going to
with it?
move on to a different game.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I've got a bit sort of. It gets a bit. What's the word? You don't really know what you're supposed to be doing.
And it gets a little bit repetitive.
Repetitive, yeah. So maybe I might move on to something else, like probably the new Zelda actually, because I haven't actually played that.
Oh yeah. If you like Breath of the Wild, I think you'll really like it.
Yeah. It's the crafting thing that I'm really interested in.
Yeah, you can make some wild shit. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos,
Yeah.
but it's pretty awesome.
Is anyone in your family playing that?
Well, they would do if their switches worked, but they've broken.
Oh, but they broke
switches.
them.
'Cause they're,
Oh, kids.
So you're gonna move on to that. You used to work at Nintendo. Do you call up anybody at Nintendo and say, "Hey, Tears of the Kingdom, it just came out. Come on,
Give
it's
me
me,
a copy.
Giles.
Give me a
yeah,
copy."
give me a copy. Come on now."
So when I worked in Nintendo,
Yeah.
I say I worked on a game.
Yeah.
We were always the last people to get free copies because the idea was that you're supposed to allow the players and the customers get the first copies
Right.
because they sell out. Well, they used to sell out instantly.
Right.
Mm-mm.
So you'd have to wait wait in line to get the freebies, but you'd have to buy them yourself. They'd never give them out.
Yeah, but you don't work there anymore. Do you call up Miyamoto-san and say, "What's up, baby? Come on now.
Where's my code?"
Come on, Mr. Mario. Hook it up." What about Aonuma-san? You're like, "Come on, remember me? I was the weird British guy in the corner."
I mean, there's something very cheap about that, isn't there?
I mean, that's you in a nutshell, though.
Yeah. Well, cheap.
No, I would say inexpensive. You're
Inexpensive.
Yeah. You're frugal. You're frugal, man.
Frugal,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
good
Yeah,
way.
that's a much better word than cheap.
Cheap bastard.
Cheap ass.
So you're gonna move on to that. Anything else on your radar? I mean, it's been a big year for games.
It has.
The Game Awards just announced their all the titles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is there anything else on your radar where you're like, oh shit, I should probably.
There is actually.
Oh.
It's that game there.
Yeah.
First to golf. Oh,
I've not actually played it from start to finish.
oh, you probably should.
Now's your chance.
Yeah.
Oh, the good news is we're talking about small packages. It's a small.
We're not talking about small
No, we're not talking about that. No, but it's a small condensed little story, and
Right.
it is possible to, put on the TV and play that and get through
Yeah.
it really quickly.
Yeah.
If you're good, it can be really frustrating if you're not good.
Oh,
And
okay.
you should get good.
But I think with the new pin update, it's the perfect time to jump in and try
Is
it. Yeah.
Coming soon. Okay, so Kinsey Burke, what are you playing?
So I'm playing the new Like a Dragon, The Man Who Erased His Name, the new Yakuza game.
Oh shit!
And I knew it was coming out when it was announced, and then I 100% forgot about it. And then at one point I was like, oh, when's that game coming out? I wanted to play it. And it was tomorrow. And I was like, oh shit. And I just downloaded it, and it's been great. It's really good to be back as Kiryu, who's the main character of a majority of the Yakuza games.
Yeah.
Because except for the last one, which I think is what super brought them into the mainstream,
Right.
was the Like a Dragon with Ichiban. So it was nice to go back to the regular Yakuza style. Although, so Like a Dragon with Ichiban, the last one, is turn-based, okay?
Yes.
But all the other Yakuzas are brawlers. And the new one is a brawler.
Kinsey likes
going-
turn-based.
Going back to the brawler style, I was like, fuck, I'm so bad at this game. It's the same reason I don't really like fighting games that much, is I don't have the timing or the patience to
Yeah.
get really good at it. So I just end up button mashing. Even if I'm trying to actually do the moves and the combos.
Isn't that how they all
like,
work? You just button mash until you
Until it
that's
works.
what I do.
randomly
Yeah.
win.
I have like brawler anxiety where I'm just like, no, Kinsey, push the right buttons. I'm like, I can't. There's no time. Like,
Right.
So already once the game was like, girl, you're gonna play on easy, right? And I backed it down. But now I'm enjoying it again because what I enjoy about Yakuza games is really not the battles so much, but it's all the story is always super well written and like super interesting, and it's usually really heavy. And so to counteract the like heavy seriousness of the main story, the side stories are all like super zany.
Right.
And so those are all like my favorite parts. And it's kind of like if you've played Grand Theft Auto games, like the map is really realistic. And so right now, where I'm at in the game, I'm in Dotonbury, or well, Sotumbury. I like that in this game. It does the thing at the beginning where it's like all names that are places or people that's similar to real things is all coincidence. I'm like, oh
Right,
yeah,
right.
Sotumbury.
Yeah. So it's Osaka this
So
time.
they have
Yeah.
the Glico.
Yeah, but he's holding a beer
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
because it's different. Obviously, it's not the same.
Of course, yeah.
But
yeah.
it's funny that there's like so many places that are real places that I'm assuming paid to be in there. Like the Gyukaku that's on Dotonbury is there. Like there's quite a few restaurants where I'm like, oh, I've been there.
Right. I'm sure Sega went to them and said, either you pay us to be in it, or we're gonna do something that looks exactly like you.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, and it's kind of hits different. This is the first Yakuza game I've played since I lived here,
Yeah.
and like I'd been to Japan, like when I played the others, but I didn't live here,
Sure.
and it like super hits different, and it's been kind of cool. I don't know, I really like
Do you
it.
recognize more Japanese things in it?
Yeah,
than you
definitely. Like things that I before might not have known as like a real chain or like a real place. All of a sudden, I'm like, "What? Pizza LA? They suck." But there they are. you know?
Yeah. They do
Like,
suck.
So
Pizza Lara, I think.
Yeah.
is it? Oh, I thought it was like, look, we're American pizza.
But the worst pizza in America from Los Angeles. That's funny.
I'm sure those are fighting words for somebody.
I can't imagine who. It's not a pizza town.
For someone who's wrong.
Yeah. So how many hours have you put in so far?
I'm 10 hours in.
Okay.
And I actually heard that this one was like way condensed, which is why it was released at like a lower price point. And someone told me the main story is only 10 hours long. But I mean, I'm at hour 10 and I don't feel like I'm at the end.
But you're a side quest hoe.
I am a side quest hoe. And especially because I've gotten really I've gotten really into the like slot car racing mini game.
Oh, cool.
And so I've been like upgrading my slot car and like getting
What?
So you're not really 10 hours in. You've just played 10 hours. Of it.
Yes.
That's cool. Giles, have you played any of the Yakuza games?
I haven't, but I'm gonna. Can I?
Can you play
I-
this and
No,
change
no.
your answer?
I
to
just- Can I steal one of your games? Because I've been playing the Suika game as well.
Yeah? You've
It's
also
fantastic.
been playing Suika games?
It's really
Yeah.
good. Do you know what it is?
I don't even know what it is. Besides, it's a
Well,
watermelon.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
great. It's free as well, isn't it? I think.
I paid $2.99 for it because
Okay.
my account is US.
But
Okay,
yeah.
so we're done with Yakuza. What is Suika game?
Suika game is like a physics-based puzzle game where it's kind of like a money puzzle exchanger for those Neo Geo fans out there. But it's basically like fruit that you want to get to eventually disappear. So like 2 cherries become a strawberry, 2 strawberries become a grape, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger until eventually it's 2 watermelons and it makes it disappear if you get 2 next to each other.
What's your high score?
Kind of embarrassed. It's probably just under 3,000, I think.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Is my
That
high
pretty
score?
good.
But I've never gotten 2 watermelons. I've gotten 1, but I've never gotten 2. And then I've also been playing the Halloween update, which the only thing it does is it changes the backgrounds, and instead of watermelons, it's jack-o'-lanterns.
Is this a mobile game?
Switch, isn't it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it might be on mobile as well, but I'm playing on Switch. And
Okay.
like, it kind of reminds me when me and Tony played through Peggle together. We didn't play the 2-player Peggle. We just played the 1-player and passed the controller back and forth.
Right.
And so we basically, when we want to play a game, but we don't want to play something that
Heavy.
you have to think, we just pass the controller back and forth and try to get the highest score in Suika game. And so that's been super fun. But you've been playing it as well?
Yeah, it's really addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's like Tetris level addictive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
But I
like
don't
just
know
one more.
I don't know if there's any actual strategy in it though. Because
Okay.
I tried various things like sort of putting the red ones all that side and the green ones that side
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and it just doesn't seem to matter what you do. Actually, what my son does, he makes a sort of a step from one side to the other.
That's what I do. Bigger
Oh,
stuff
okay.
goes on one side, smaller stuff goes on the other.
Right.
Because once the smaller stuff starts to get buried, then
You
it
can't
sucks.
get it out, can you?
Or there's like, I call them betrayal cherries, where you have two big things, but there's a little cherry wedge between them, so it won't make the big things touch.
Okay.
Betrayal cherries.
If you have no context for this game,
I call those dangleberries.
get them dingleberries.
But it's been great, and it's super cheap. So if you haven't tried Suika game, it's super addicting, and we have to get Mark playing it because now two of the three are playing. So
All right, I'll get it. If it's $2.99, I will get.
Two of them.
I will get 2 of them. Throw one away. I'll try that out for $2.99. Why not?
Yeah.
Like, so you're playing on a Switch?
yeah,
You're playing on a Switch, Josh? too? Oh, okay. I didn't know you like turned on a console. Like,
Well, I didn't. I mean,
okay. You
I mean,
walked in on your son.
No, Louis got it, and he said, "Try this," and I did. And like 3 hours later, I'm still playing it. So.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! Holy
It's
shit.
super addicting.
All right.
Addictive.
Yeah. Well, so to answer your question, yes, Kinsey, I'm playing a game this time.
Oh my
around.
gosh, Mark Lentz, are you
yeah.
playing a game?
I am indeed playing a game. So I don't often play games.
You don't?
No, I mean
Well, you're always
besides,
talking about them.
yeah. Well, I like the idea of them.
You like the idea of playing them. You just
Yeah,
don't
I play
them.
Spelunky every day, and no matter what, I play that. So this because I'm addicted to that game. So luckily, a game that I'm also addicted to just released a new HD remake, and that is Risk of Rain Returns. Risk of Rain is a side-scrolling. This is gonna hit all the beats that I like. Side-scrolling, roguelite. Small, it gets extremely hard, and each match maybe lasts 30 minutes. It's like the perfect game for me.
Small package.
Yeah. That's the second package mentioned out of you today. No, but so the first game, it came out, and I want to say 2012. I'm not a scientist. I don't know when it actually came out, but I've been addicted to it for many years. I still play it on the Switch. I was playing it on the Switch up until even this year. And the second game came out maybe 3 years ago, Risk of Rain 2. That was a 3D type game. That was like a third-person shooter style game with the same concepts. But this one, it's back to the original. It's just the original, and it looks absolutely phenomenal. It looks so good on the Nintendo Switch. The original game is like very small pixel art. Like a character is probably 10 pixels high. It's like everything is like super small and super zoomed out. This is the same, but like there's so much more detail, and so I'm having to relearn the process of the game, and like the game is very like you pick like a different astronaut, and you go onto a planet, and each astronaut has like they have 4 different attacks. If you use your gun, you have to wait 2 seconds to use it again, sort of deal. Basically, you have to figure out the best combos in order to string everything together to kill the enemies, and as you kill enemies, you get money, etc.
Sounds like a Mark game.
Yeah, it's just you can die within 1 second if you're not looking, and then that those hours you put in are all erased. It is a Mark game all day. Like I like those high punishing games. Yeah, I don't know. Those games are for me. The extreme punishment, but also like I like the fact that it just starts over, and the next time you play it. Like maybe that the planet you land on has a different loadout of stuff, and that could a whole new experience every single time. So that's why I'm a big fan of those games. And Risk of Rain Returns, if you like roguelites, especially platformers, especially shooting platformers, man, this one is for you. 10 out of 10. I love it. I'm gonna play it probably for 50 hours.
Nice.
That's a me game. That's a huge win. I hadn't even heard of it until last week, and then. It's lucky for me because I love this game. So it's going to be a total time sink, and I will see you in a couple of weeks, and I'm going to tell you how many hours I've put in.
What are you playing it on?
I'm playing on the Switch. Yeah, it's I like the Switch for gaming most. I mean, obviously, but more than any other console because I like to play sitting close up to the screen. I like the Game Boy. I like mobile gaming the most.
Do you have a Steam Deck?
I don't. I borrowed the company's for a month and a half and almost felt like it was mine. So I realized I needed to not borrow it anymore because I was absolutely in love with it. The Steam Deck is god tier.
Yeah.
Like that's the best console. I should just buy one, actually. Do you have one?
I sure don't.
Giles, do you have a Steam Deck?
No, I've got a company one.
You got it?
No, I have the company one.
Oh, right. I don't care. Like, I was just curious.
No, I don't. No, I mean, I don't, but I should, like you just said.
Yeah, I mean, if you're into that kind of gaming, it's perfect for that. And if you're not, then play on your TV or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, just for me, I like to sit on my couch and play close up because I have poor eyesight, and it's more fun.
They have a new one there, don't they?
They do.
Yeah, the like OLED one.
No, the new
isn't the new Steam Deck?
Oh, is it OLED?
I think it is.
I didn't know that. Oh,
I think
that's
it is.
really cool. I'm gonna get that then.
Yeah.
Great.
Cool.
And next up,
Good
we have
story.
Play This Shit with Discord Dan.
Hello, it is your trusty Chuhai Labs Discord moderator, Dan Gorman, back with another episode of Play This Shit. Bleak Sword DX is a dark fantasy action game where you battle horrifying creatures across a oppressive lo-fi world. Bleak Sword DX expands upon the critically acclaimed Apple Arcade game with new modes, graphical improvements, and more. I picked this up randomly on sale because I'm a sucker for games that take that lo-fi, near 1-bit sort of influenced looking graphics and spruce them up for a third dimension. And I'm really glad that I did. I had no idea this was an Apple Arcade game originally. But the combat is simple but satisfying. You have a normal and heavy attack, a dodge and a block. It plays almost like a very simplified Souls-esque kind of combat. You play in these square arenas that almost look like spooky little dioramas, which I love, and each world ends with a challenging boss fight. It's super fun, super easy to pick up, has great style, perfect for your coffee break or between longer gaming sessions. So check out Bleak Sword DX on the Nintendo Switch, see if it's on sale, check it out. This has been Play This Shit with Dan Gorman. Come on over to the Chuhai Labs Discord and remember to play good games.
And now it's time for our weekly topic, which is, of course, the third Chuniversary! Yay!
Hey, give it up. What the hell happened in these last 3 years? How are we still here?
Right?
No, I mean, really. Man, 3 years. We started with, I think, 7 people, maybe 8 people, and we're like 20.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Lost count.
yeah. It's pretty baffling. And also, the coolest part is the 3 core members. Not the only 3 people, but like these 3 here. We were the showrunners of changing it to Chuhai Labs. So hey, man, that's pretty cool.
Congratulations.
Hell yeah.
That's
Good-
pretty
good
cool.
job,
Yeah,
everybody.
we were all there from day one. A lot more of us were. I didn't mean that.
Yeah.
It's just
It was
like
all us.
what?
It was all
It was
us.
only us. No, man. Like so, Kinsey, do you have a way to lead this storytelling, or should we just riff?
We're just riffing. Yeah.
Giles. Okay, let's give some historical background here. I joined the company almost 4 years ago, and when I joined the company was called Vitae Backroom. That's your baby. You know, Vitae Backroom's been around since 2014, but that itself is a spin-off of your other company, your other baby, Vitae. Why on earth did you empower us to start the rebrand?
I asked myself that question a lot, actually. Because I can't do that. Because I don't do what you do. I mean, you're professionals at it.
Well,
and
thank
I'm
you.
not.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I just do that. You know.
Yeah. so I joined the company 4 years ago, and Vitae Backroom had it doesn't have a large public following, and
Well, I mean that was kind of out of design because, well, I guess the first, the original Vitae wasn't allowed to sort of promote itself at all,
Right.
Because we were working with Nintendo,
right.
and the Backroom was kind of a secret project because we were doing it while we were working for Nintendo. So they were both kind of like these secret companies almost.
Right.
So, but Chuhai is obviously this
The
grand.
exact opposite.
exact opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, so the byproduct of not being able to like talk about ourselves, like when I joined the company, it was like, well, shit, we're about to release a game called Carve. We need to really rethink this. Like we need a public sphere. We need a public like outreach. And I don't know at what point you said, okay, we can rename it, but that was it's still really exciting. And just thinking back on that, because like Kinsey knows full well that like we were all banging our heads against the wall, trying to find a name, trying to find the right logo, all these things, and like how exciting it is that we've now gone from a ghost, not ghost company, but like a contract developer to like now we only make games for ourselves.
We have our own IP now.
We have our own IP. Like it's something that I don't take for granted, and I'm really grateful that you empowered us to do that, because like it feels like it's like we all worked for it. And we're all, like I'm still really proud of all the steps we took. So thank you, Giles.
I mean the point, I think the point is you go out if you're a boss, whatever, you go out your way to find the best people, and then you get bosses that put those good people in the corner and tell them to shut up.
Right.
That's like a huge waste of talent. So I think you should find the best people and just let them do what they're good at. Is the the best way of doing it.
And I guess I'm just trying to say thank you, because you're one of the few bosses I've had that has just done just that, like held to their word. And because all right, put in the comments below, does your boss let you rename the company? You know what I mean? like
although we could have been called Uncle Tickles.
We could, yeah. Do you remember any of the other ones?
Well, of course, there's Night Trumpet, which our Discord still uses occasionally.
We had Uncle Tickles, Night Trumpet.
Some ones you probably shouldn't mention.
I think Uncle Tickles we shouldn't mention.
Yeah, we've already passed that.
Like one of the dumber ones that I liked was Dr. Science PhD. I hate that one.
What was that one that was like the skateboard one?
Skater Geisha.
Skater Geisha.
That's
why don't you tell us about that one? That's a cool story.
Yeah. I'm starting to think maybe it didn't actually happen though.
It happened.
No. He's talking about his own memory.
Oh.
So I was walking down the street in Kyoto, like you do, one summer day, and then this, I think I'd say Maiko, not a geisha,
Sure.
Maiko, full gear, makeup, hair, whatever, on a skateboard, coming down a hill, being chased by 3 policemen.
I mean, that's rad.
And I thought, this must be some skit or a video or something like that, or a music video or something. There's no cameras around, just the Maiko, 3 cops.
It does sound like a Jackass bit.
It does, doesn't it?
Because how many Maiko, which a Maiko is a geisha in training, how many Maiko out there are also great at pulling off ollies and grinding?
I think all of them.
Yeah, you think that's a part of their skill set, from the age of 12?
Yeah, it's a traditional Japanese.
Right.
I mean, obviously, conversation, traditional Japanese games,
Ollies.
Skateboarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah, but it does sound like like maybe Steve-O from a Jackass wore makeup.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
I should have chased after them to see what happened.
That's true. Now we'll never know.
Because maybe there was like secret cameras.
Just to get people's reactions.
Like natural reactions, maybe. Anyway, so Skater Geisha was one of the top tier titles.
I like that one, actually.
Yeah, that one was good.
Do you want to change it?
Yeah, I think we should. Yeah, I think we should.
Right below if you want that.
Yeah, and like we actually went as far as we created a couple of mock-up logos for that one.
Yeah.
Because like I believe that like that was a front runner along with Night Trumpet, even though we all knew Night Trumpet was a horrible name. But we still like the name because it means something different to everyone. Night Trumpet. Like,
so does Uncle Tickles.
Uncle Tickles means the same to all of us. We all have one. You know what I mean?
We've all got an Uncle Tickles.
Yeah, we all have one. Unfortunately.
I do remember when I very first joined the company, and I I got the spreadsheet of like all the possible like names and brainstorming, and before knowing any of these guys really,
Sure.
I'm like, Uncle Tickles. Like, I'm like reading through all of these names, and I'm like,
You liked it, didn't you?
I'm like, first of all, Kinsey, what have you done?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. I'm sure of that. I'm sure. Because
It's great.
like a couple of the names, Uncle Tickles and Night Trumpet in particular, came out. We were drinking. All of us were drinking here at the studio, and those two were the biggest laughs.
yeah.
You know, and like, of course, we wrote it down. And when we then gave you that spreadsheet, you have zero context.
Nope.
Like Night Trumpet, Uncle Tickles. Like, it's almost like, how dare you show me these names? Like that's just embarrassing for you.
But we all decided on Chuhai Labs, and
Yeah.
we got to work on one of my first things I got to work on here was the logo.
Yeah.
Like helping like direct it and like pick out everything, and that was really awesome.
I think
Although
the logo is the best bit.
the logo is the best bit.
I'm still proud of the logo.
It's
like,
great.
Like I think it's really neat.
Choo-choo.
It's Choo Choo's really cute, and like we've put him on everything at this point, and like he's like a slime from Monster.
Yeah, he's like a science slime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Is that where you're going?
Yeah. Like, I couldn't remember which one it was.
But fun fact,
Uh-oh.
some of the earlier iterations of the Chuhai logo, he had very cursed arms and legs.
That's true. There was one in particular where he had like big beefy arms, like I'm gonna fuck you, like just a little like, hey, ease it up, buddy.
I remember
Like,
seeing it and I was like, ugh.
yeah, like not good. And that was our prompt though, just to
Yeah.
not the designer. Like he didn't give us that
Yeah.
like randomly. Like we said, what about arms? And then like just horrible.
Yeah, because we were looking at like this milk carton like little character for
Yeah.
reference, and he had arms and legs.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, that could be cute. It was not cute.
Yeah.
It was horrifying.
Yeah. It was horrifying.
But we were going to make a big sort of suit for.
We
for
still
Bits on it.
will.
We
He's
still
gonna,
are.
He's going to have arms, isn't he?
We'll see.
Or if you just whoever wears it can't have
Just
arms.
can't have any
And then
arms.
everyone like pushes him down and he can't get back
Yeah,
up.
that's better. The real guy can have arms.
Yeah.
He can have arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna make a giant mascot, like the Japanese prefecture mascots, and hopefully ours is just gonna be meaner than the rest.
gonna be
You know?
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So like, what are some highlights that you've seen over the last 3 years?
Highlights.
Yeah, highlights of Chuhai Labs, yeah.
I think every game we release is a it's a huge highlight, isn't it? A huge point in the.
Yeah, and in
In the
3
story.
years, we've done,
Cool.
Carve Snowboarding, Whitewater Wipeout, Carve Junior, Curse to Golf.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
more games than years.
And we
Pretty good.
published the title as well. I mean, that's 6 games right there. Like, not bad.
2 games a year. It's
yeah.
pretty impressive.
I hopefully we can double and triple that in the coming. I mean, because I think when we all created Chuhai Labs, our whole thought was, how can we make small, quirky, fun bastard games?
Yeah.
You know, like, and I'm a huge fan of your your Playdate titles. I think those are just, everybody loves those fucking games. They're small, they're silly, they've all got jokes in them. Also, yeah, Giles lets us write jokes in the games. He doesn't even care. He's just like, yeah, that's fine. Let's throw it in.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Is there jokes in the game? Oh, you mean for the little pop-up
Yeah.
text things?
Yes. So
Bird Up.
Carve Junior, there's Bird Up. There's a couple of other things, and also anytime you die, there's a little funny line. And it's like, basically, you empower us at any point, and you've probably never said no.
Yeah, I got a philosophy. Just always say yes.
It's a good philosophy. But
Makes decisions easier.
oh, because it's already made for you. Well, yeah, that makes
Unless it's obviously a no.
right.
Like, I don't know.
Go on. All right, something about a package there. I just didn't. No, but is there any other highlights? Like we've done a lot. We've been to a lot of events around the world. You don't go many places, but
No,
like,
I'm not really an event guy. But I think the highlights, I mean the parties. Parties
Sure.
are just...
Yeah, we did the Star Fox party,
Yeah,
our
yeah.
anniversary party.
We've done 2 anniversary parties,
Bit
2
Summit party?
The Bit
two
Summit parties are
like,
always off the charts.
if you're ever in Kyoto, come around on Friday. We've got a party every single Friday, except that Fridays we don't.
Yep.
Yeah, we like throwing down, and that's another cool thing. Like we've got this huge bar right behind us. Like, man, what a deal! Like everybody should be jealous of us.
Well, they are.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna be humble now. No, you don't have to be jealous. It's still a job. Okay, cool.
Do you have any highlights, Mark?
Yeah, and honestly, the biggest thing for me, like, we've gone from, we went from Vitae Backroom to this, and like we've been in a Nintendo Direct. We've been on. Mark Hamill has said
Yeah,
the
Thunderful
name,
World.
has said the name of our game. So Mark Hamill read a line that I wrote. Like. That's wild shit. It wasn't that cool of a line, but he wrote.
But he read it.
But he read my fucking line.
Romero?
Yeah, John Romero has made 5 videos, and they're all. John Romero doesn't curse, and apparently he allowed it because he liked what I wrote. So yeah, Romero talked about us. But honestly, I think that my biggest highlight has actually been the Playdate stuff.
Yeah.
Going from like we were one of the last people to get Playdates for like development, but then we became the very first game on your Playdate. What the hell is that? What the hell?
We did kind of cheat though.
How did we cheat? We made a great game.
We paid Panic. No.
No,
No.
we did not pay them. No.
Well, we kind of. I mean, I borrowed that whole game from, the old Atari game.
Oh, California Games.
California.
Yeah.
No, I mean yes and no. I mean it's certainly inspired by it, but like it's still its own thing. And you added analog controls to something that never had that. Like it
I mean,
is.
I think it's the ideal controller for spinning games.
I thought you were saying we cheated like some other way. Like you. Like,
No, we did.
Yeah, we cheated some other way. We paid them. No, but we went from being like kind of behind in the race to being like if once you turn on your Playdate, the very first title is our game. Like that's really cool. We'd only released one game at that point, and now we have like a launch title.
Yeah.
And then we also had a launch title of their catalog store.
Yeah, like when they finally launched like an on console store, boom, right there. There's us. Like that's so exciting, and I'm really happy of that relationship we've like kind of fostered with them. And I hope, hey Panic, if you're listening, please let's keep working. We love you. No, but that's one of mine. Kinsey, what about you?
Yeah, Playdate's a really big one for me as well. Like all that stuff was so fun to work on, and it was just like a joy, like the whole process was a joy. And I loved that we got to release that cassette, the Whitewater Wipeout cassette.
Yeah, that's
where
right.
people made music inspired by our tiny Playdate game,
That's wild.
which is wild.
It's true.
And it was kind of amazing.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Another highlight's merch. We've got a shitload of merch, man. Like, we've got wild stuff that's got our logo on it or our games on it. Like, that's a good one, man. The cassette. I forgot about that.
The
Like,
cassette was rad.
we put a lot of muscle into that, but like, it's small and it's not like people are going to listen to it, but it means something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tangible.
Yeah. It really. Yeah. And the fact that we reached out to our friends to make music inspired by surfing, and there's only 4 minutes of music on that game, but we stretched that thing into like I think it's 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Like it's like wild shit. What else?
Let's see. Yeah, Playdate's a big one. Merch is a big one. And I mean, even to go further into the merch, because we have the Curse to Golf soundtrack on vinyl coming out soon, which is awesome to have a game that I worked on have a vinyl release. Because me and my husband both kind of collect vinyl, so that's really awesome. And you can pre-order that right now on Black Screen Records.
And for audio listeners, I'm sorry, but for you video watchers, here are 2 wild little pins we created. One with our current CEO Giles' face on it. We actually made this for the 3-year anniversary party, and we didn't tell Giles that we made this. And in the middle of the party, we kind of announced, and here's the pin with Giles' face on it. Do you have any words to talk about on this silly little pin?
It does it look like I'm not sure why you chose that photo.
I mean, that's the photo.
It's the photo.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I mean, we're only going to use this photo.
So I've only had blonde hair once, and the one time I had blonde hair
It's the photo.
is the photo.
Correct.
Yeah, no, I think it's well done.
This worked out, didn't it? This worked out. Yeah.
But I'm impressed that you just gave them a photo and they made that.
Yeah.
hundreds of those.
And they made thousands. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's quite.
Anybody who comes by and visits the studio, you can have one of these current CEO pins today for free, anytime.
Signed.
Signed. Hell yeah. There we
Whoa.
go. There we go. We should figure out a way to mail these to people because they are so darn cute.
They are very cute.
Yeah. I'm really proud of all the things we've kind of cobbled together.
But show the choo-choo.
Sure.
The choo-choo is really nice, isn't it?
Choo Choo is quite nice. He is quite adorable, an Erlenmeyer flask, as we know. But yeah, these turned out really well too. The same thing. We just gave them the design, and the company shit them out. Pretty.
That's China for you.
Yeah, and I mean it was a good factory.
Yeah.
Really good factory. Giles, let's talk about the future. Let's talk about the future of Chuhai Labs. Where, we've been now 3 years down, but you could say that there's years before with the Vitae backroom and with Vitae itself. Like, where we've changed direction since Vitae backroom, pretty radically. Where do you foresee the next 3 years? Like, where do you want us to go as a company? Like, be real, be as real as you can. Like, obviously, we can't talk about the cool titles you're working on, but
Yeah, I think the goal is to be able to publish, sell, and make enough money from our own games, so
Right.
we don't need a publisher or a investment or anything. Just to be self-sustaining is like my goal, at least. I think.
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, right
bit
now we
boring,
do
but-
need publishers, so if you're listening, we do need them, but we eventually don't want you.
Yeah, we just want you now.
Yeah, we want you now, for now. No, but like what kind of titles would you like to see Chuhai Labs like tackle, and like what are some big genre pieces that you feel like we could do?
To be honest, I don't really have every game we come up with or make is completely different
Yeah.
to the other
Yeah.
ones, aren't they? So there's nothing sort of floating out there that I definitely want to see done or want to make or anything. They just kind of pop out of nowhere, don't they?
Sure.
The good things, the good ideas. So yeah, I don't know, whatever comes along is
A racing game. That's yeah. Like no, but is there something like you were talking philosophically, but like is there like some genres that you wouldn't mind?
I kind of like the idea of making a Starfield type space opera
Really?
thing, like a big
Like a huge scale game?
yeah, kind of like the idea. I've not done that before. Also, like just a normal. I personally, I want to make a 2D platform game. 'Cause I don't know how to make one. I've never made one. So
There it is. That's going to be the next title.
It's going to be 2D platformer
Yeah.
or Starfield. It's one or the
one
other.
or the other.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Coming soon.
It's current CEO of the game, dude. Like you play as the current CEO.
But
and
I think we should make games with Choo Choo.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We've definitely talked about this before.
Could have used those arms and legs.
He could have.
He's got legs. He has got legs.
He's got no legs.
How does he?
He floats, bro. He's fine.
Actually, the only thing I should say about this, there's bubbles coming out of the water, and nobody's been able to explain to me what the bubbles are.
He's a bong.
It's a bong.
I don't know. Why are there bubbles? Maybe it's
It's like fizzy.
maybe he's an onsen, and like there's fire
What are those
underneath.
bubbles of?
Maybe it's condensation. I'm just saying words, all right?
It's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, why don't you not overthink it, bro? Like, Kinsey, since Giles gave a kind of a lackadaisical answer, what would you want to see the future of Chuhai Labs?
I mean, I just want to see us keep making cool games and games that make us happy, and sharing more of that with all of you out there, and keep making our weird videos and podcasts, and just kind of sticking to who we are, because we have a very strong brand identity right now,
Yeah.
and like
Staying
we
true
can-
to ourselves.
we can just stay true to ourselves, everybody.
I'm with it. I'm with you. And with that, Kinsey Burke,
That's good life advice in general. I think.
Right?
be yourself.
Be yourself. And now it's time for the
news.
First news article up is
What?
Nintendo announced this week in an official post to investors that they are making a live-action Legend of Zelda movie. Only a few details were given, but we know that it'll be co-funded by Sony, directed by Wes Ball of Maze Runner and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes fame, and produced by both Miyamoto and Avi Arad, who was the former CEO of Marvel Studios. So I guess he knows movies. And yeah, what would we like to see in a Zelda movie? I mean, I think we kind of all knew this was going to come eventually, especially on the back of like how successful the Mario movie was.
Did we? I didn't expect live action.
I didn't expect live action. That part's true, but I figured if Zelda's the next step.
I mean, yeah, it had to be.
Yeah.
It's the next biggest. What are they going to go to, like F-Zero? Like, but
I want
yeah.
an F-Zero movie that's like in the way of Fast and the Furious.
no, F-Zero could actually be good.
Yeah.
Like it could actually be good. Like it's the rough and tumble post-apocalypse.
Yeah.
You know, that could be really really cool. Yeah. What the heck do we want to see? Who do we want to star as Zelda himself, Link? Who the hell do we want? Like, who?
Yes, Mr. Zelda.
Yeah, but if you type in Zelda on the first game, doesn't something happen? I forget.
Yeah,
it.
you get to start on the second quest.
Booyah. Yeah.
But then you have to go through the game with the girl's name as a boy.
Nobody knew that at the time. So who do we want to see? Anybody have any thoughts?
As Zelda or Link.
As Link.
As both, either.
Sure, any character.
I know that a lot of the internet wants Tom Holland as Link,
Yeah,
and I
that would
think
work.
aesthetically, I think it would work. Although I did see he's also Nathan Drake in Uncharted, and I love Uncharted. I love the movie less though.
Okay.
So that made me a little bit like, ooh, wait. And video game movies do, especially live action, don't have the best of track records of being good movies.
Yeah, there's only one good one, and that's Mario.
Yeah.
That movie's great. That
Yeah.
movie's fucking great. But
I like the Silent Hill movie, the first one. But like,
Mortal Kombat kicks ass. But there's it's a handful versus how
Yeah.
many pieces of shit, you know?
Street Fighter the movie.
It's really not that fun. It's almost fun.
It's almost fun.
Miley Cyrus. I think she should be Zelda.
Miley Cyrus is
Yeah.
going to be Zelda.
I think she should.
But she's got a deep voice now.
Yeah, that would work.
Oh, she should be Impa. That would be awesome.
She's a fantastic actress.
I love Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
I love Miley Cyrus. No, but who else? What do we got? What do we got on the docket?
The Rock could be Bowser.
This motherfucker.
Could be Bowser in the
What's up? I'm Bowser.
Just like a random. Because
Damn.
then they could start cross-pollinating the series when they have a Zelda
Oh, yeah,
Mario
crossover.
combination.
I mean, they do have the Marvel guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they do, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Okay. So mine wasn't that far off. I was thinking for Link, we got Vin Diesel. Okay.
Vin Diesel
Yeah,
as Link.
with long hair, long flowing blonde hair. Like, hey, where's Zelda? You know, that works for me. Meanwhile, Ganon, it's Nicolas Cage.
How do you know
Obviously,
there's going to be Ganon in it?
it's gonna be Ganon or Ganondorf.
How do you know?
It's the villain.
Well, okay. Do you think they're going to do a thing where they basically remake like Ocarina of Time storyline or something like that? Or do you think they're going to do a Mario thing where real world, fake world scenario?
No. I hope it's not any of that. I would rather them do the very first game.
Yeah, like a kid finds the
Yeah.
ocarina in like the trash can in New York City and plays it, and then all of a sudden,
No, I don't want it
all
to
of
be
a sudden
that.
he's the hero of time, like never ending story.
I want it to be like, like Legend or like one of the old 80s fantasy movies, like where it's really high fantasy.
Yeah,
And
because I feel like high fantasy isn't done very often and isn't done well often.
it's easy to look cheap. It's
Yeah.
really, really easy to look cheap.
Would it have humor or not? Would it be like the Mario film or not? humor-wise.
Probably a little bit, but probably not as much as Mario, unless they go full. Well, excuse me, princess, like from the cartoon.
They'll do that once, I'm sure.
They're probably gonna do it once.
Yeah. I hope it's not too funny.
Yeah, because the game's not that funny. Like, it has, like, cute, quirky moments, but it's not, like, silly.
None of them really have been. Maybe the Game Boy games were the
little
closest.
silly.
They were the closest to funny. But so with Miyamoto producing, like, this is probably his dream,
Yeah.
right? This is
Like
like
a Legend of Zelda movie, yeah.
no, to produce a big budget film too. I mean, he's
Was
all.
he producer on the Mario movie?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't like that movie very much. So
We don't talk about that.
it was that movie's not very good to me. But first 10 minutes killer. No, it feels like they're doing something right with these people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like Maze Runner. I saw 5 minutes of that and that was a snoozer. And Kingdom of Planet of the Apes is not the best of the Planet of the Apes series by a long shot, but
That'd be the first one.
it's not the first one.
No, it is.
What are we talking about?
Is it like a Planet of the Apes prequel?
The best one, I mean.
Are we talking about the very first one from 1970?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously that's the best one. that's fucking kick-ass. No, but the new ones, yeah, they're okay.
Yeah.
I still think that like with Miyamoto actually behind the camera, I think there is some strong possibility of it being really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a good sort of cinematic sense.
Yeah, he does.
Because you kind of have to have that to work on games. And
Yeah, and he's great at world building. I mean, he's great at like keeping all of his brands really strong and like making you fall in love with all of the characters. So I do think this over Mario. I think this has a really strong possibility.
Yeah. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah.
I wonder what the budget is. How much was the budget for Mario? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
lot.
I don't know. It was a lot of money for sure, but it also made in the bees.
Yeah.
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 It's interesting that it's co-funded by Sony, isn't it?
Yeah, like Sony Pictures is like it's for some I don't remember exactly what it was, but yeah, co-funded by Sony.
But
Because
Sony
it's
Pictures is not the same company as Sony.
Yeah.
SIEA.
Oh, it's the Nintendo PlayStation all over again.
So is it co-funded funded as in Nintendo's paying half, Sony's paying half? Is that
Sure.
what that means?
Who knows? I'm sure. I'm sure it's going to be something of that nature. It's
Yeah.
like it's all about points and how much money you put in, that kind of arrangement. I think it's good for both companies. Like it does have some synergy that Sony is like they've done a good job of putting Sony Pictures titles on Nintendo platforms.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Yeah. And next up, there was an Indie World showcase this week. Last night, actually, for us.
Oh shit!
And Nintendo announced a bunch of things, so we're just going to rapid fire them.
Hit it.
So Shantae, Risky Revolution, a retro follow-up to the original 2002 Game Boy Color game, and this time with multiplayer. Outer Wilds Archaeologist Edition is finally coming to Nintendo Switch. On Your Tail is a new detective life sim from Humble Games. A Highland Song is a 2.5D narrative platform about a girl named Moira who journeys through the Scottish Highlands. And The Howl is a new turn-based tactics game that features a living ink art style. And there was a whole lot more. Did you guys watch the Nintendo Direct or Indie? Was it called Indie World?
I did. Thanks to you. I actually wouldn't have if you hadn't told me about it. Braid HD is coming to Switch. That's pretty cool. There's a lot of titles that I think this is a great way to sunset the platform. As the platform ends, then a lot of classic legacy stuff is coming up. Who doesn't love Shantae too? That's cool.
Yeah. And there's what is it called? Backpack Hero. We were talking about this before we were recording, and so I love a good inventory management.
No.
I don't know if I could play a whole game on it, but something about it sounds incredibly satisfying to me.
What do you do in the game?
You organize a backpack.
Is that it? That's the game.
But imagine
there's,
Fallout,
battles
right?
and stuff,
Imagine your bag in Fallout, and you've got this much weight, and it's shaped like this, whatever, or like Diablo.
But is that's
the game.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
game.
yeah,
You
yeah.
don't go and take that.
I don't
backpack
believe
and shoot
so.
people.
I don't believe
There were some battles and stuff in the trailer, but my brain was like, "Ooh, look at that inventory."
I believe it's inventory only, and it's a really interesting concept because it is often the most annoying part of games.
Yeah.
So like if they're gamifying that, maybe it is cool.
Is that a genre?
Sure.
What do you call it?
Inventory management sim. Well, I mean, I guess there's like Wilmot's Warehouse, and there's like quite a few games that are like based on inventory management.
I mean, the game that you loved, that game of the year last year, Unpacking, is like in its own way an inventory management. Like
Yeah.
put things.
That's the opposite of that.
I'm taking it out of the box.
That's true, but you know what I mean. Like you're still putting
Yeah.
it places and like making it like fit for you, right? I
Yeah.
don't fucking know. Like
Yeah.
I'm just saying, hey, it could be for you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
like it. I like a good menu.
Hell yeah.
And now it's time for Call Me Up, where we answer your questions from Discord. If you ever want to ask us a question that we'll probably answer on the podcast, go over to Discord, go down to Call Me Up, and write your question there.
All right. Giles knew exactly what to do there.
Our first question is from Cupcake. What is the thing you found most surprising after you became a full-time game producer? I'm assuming this question is for me.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe that you wear so many more hats than you ever think about. Like, let's say a game producer is in Starfleet, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So you would have to be the first officer, the ship's counselor, and I know they don't really have money in Star Trek, but also money person, like all wrapped up into one person.
I mean, get rid of money and make it the scheduling person.
Yeah,
And it's the same,
scheduling, yeah.
Like
Operations.
okay, that would make you first officer.
Yeah, first officer and ship's counselor, all wrapped up together.
That's HR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Producers, like a lot of people come to you with their grievances and stuff, so you
course.
end up being like,
Well, I mean, the first
That
officer,
person.
they're the first
Yeah.
person to be annoyed by all that stuff,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
yeah,
So, yeah, the first thing you learned was, it's annoying.
wearing all the hats, and I got to make a Star Trek reference.
Hell
so great.
yeah.
Next up is from Steven, and this is for Giles.
Uh-oh.
Giles, how's that space shooter that you're definitely making for the Playdate coming along? Do you remember that game that you leaked in some interview forever ago?
I was on this show. I
yeah,
believe.
yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was on Tiny Yellow Machine.
Yeah,
It was.
Yeah.
And people were like zooming in on the video to see the like wireframe.
Yeah, you can lie.
Yeah.
You can lie right now. How's that coming?
Yeah, we finished that.
Yep. See ya. Okay.
I'm surprised you don't have it already.
You dumb
Right?
motherfucker.
Next up is from Discord Dan. What is appealing to you about snowboarding and trying to translate the experience into video gaming?
Is that for me?
Yeah.
What is appealing about snowboarding?
I mean, it's fun. And you like snowboarding.
I like snowboarding.
Mhm.
You feel free when you're up on the slopes. It's like flying. It feels like flying. It's a freedom thing. That's what I like.
Nice.
And trying to translate the experience to video game. It's because the goal is to try and get that feeling again in the game. That's what I like
Nice.
doing about it.
Is there? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask you to follow up. Like, have you only snowboarded in Japan?
Snowboarding in France,
Oh yeah,
but they don't. It's not really good to snowboard in France
Okay.
because it's for skiers. It's not. Snowboarding.
Have you? I mean, probably not anymore. I'm sure the culture has changed over the.
No. I mean, that was quite recently, like 3-4 years ago.
No, it wasn't. You haven't been to Europe in 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I did.
This is a lie.
No, it's not.
This is definitely a lie. Okay, next question.
Also from Discord Gan, is there another sport that you would like to try to adapt into a game that hasn't been done yet?
I know one that hasn't been done properly, which is surfing.
Yeah.
I would love to do.
I mean, you tried.
I mean, you got Whitewater Wipeout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's done properly. That was the perfect simulation.
That's how it is in real life.
Yeah.
And next up, we have a question from Squid Po Quo, and that is, what are you guys planning to do to celebrate the Chuniversary? A big blowout, a themed costume party, fancy dinner party, bingo, or battle royale to the death bingo?
We did all of that.
We did
actually.
all that last
And-
week.
Yeah. We're the few survivors here.
Yeah.
That's why there's nobody in the office at the moment, because they're all dead.
But we had a big blowout party. We invited the whole city, and it was great.
Yeah, you should have come.
And that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for listening. First of all, we want to do a huge thank you to Giles for coming on the show. We get you once a year, so we'll see you in a year.
See you next
In a
year.
year.
And as always, you can buy Carve Snowboarding right now on the Oculus Quest. You can get Halloween Forever right now on the Nintendo Switch eShop. Buy Curse to Golf on pretty much every platform. You can also buy our merch. Just go over to theyeti.com/Chuhai Labs. And those are running real low in stock. So if you want one, go like...
I think they're 50% off,
Like,
as a matter of fact.
not anymore!
Yeah. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Sucks to be you. Hey, that was good. And you could also get Carve Jr. on the Playdate catalog store. That's one of Giles's babies. All right, you can get that right now.
And you can follow Chuhai Labs at Chuhai Labs on all the things. Giles, where can people find you on the internet?
Threads.
Yeah!
Giles G, I think, or is it G Giles? One of those.
You'll find them.
Giles.
Yeah.
Giles.
Giles.
Oh, Giles is
Mark Lentz, where can people find you?
You can find me on twitter.com/thehenrydemos. And Kinsey Burke, where can people find you?
You can find me Instagram, Twitter, pretty much most of the things at Kinzilla, K-N-S-Z-I-L-L-A. And as always, huge thanks to the Tokyo Beat Network. Thanks to all of you for listening. You are legally the best. And we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.